Flip's on the chat room tonight.
Oh, early Thanksgiving for Flip.
We're lacking here in the chat room. We have Dr. Spectre in the chat room, but that's about it tonight. Flip is listening on multitasking.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are cooking tonight. A lot of people have things that they got to take care of. But hey, you know what? Guess what?
What?
Guess what?
What?
That is the beauty of DTM Wicked Radio. You can hear it tomorrow. Or the day after if you want.
You can listen whenever the heck you want.
You can sit in traffic in your car on Black Friday while you're going to the mall, or you're on the way to the mall, and listen to Paranormal Hangover.
You can pop your earphones in and walk around the mall doing your Black Friday shopping, listening to Paranormal Hangover. We've got about 21, 22 episodes now, so listen to it.
Dr. Spectre.
You can listen almost all day. You can listen to that shit all day.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
One other thing I want to talk about. Today, as we said, was a very busy day for us because we just spent the entire day securing the majority of the talent for the Paracon.
Exactly.
We're not going to make any announcements tonight.
No.
We haven't finished finding everybody.
No.
But we spent the majority of the day getting most of the talent.
I'm making little heart-shaped gestures with his hands.
Heart-shaped. Because I love this whole idea.
Yeah.
So, folks, once we announce who's coming to the Paracon, tickets will sell fast. Don't sit around thinking, oh, I can wait until after Christmas, or I'll wait until January. Ain't going to happen. Ticket packages are going to go fast. Like we said, visit MDAparanormal.com. Get your tickets.
Why don't you check it out for now and figure out what you're going to want to buy? We have different kinds of packages for every kind of, whoever, people who live close and don't need the hotel. People who need the hotel. We got all of different packages for you.
All kinds
of different packages for you.
All kinds of different packages. Ladies and gentlemen, John Tobin has entered the chat room.
Oh, my God.
That was amazing. We were just talking about him, and now he's in the chat room.
Oh, my God. What church was struck by lightning?
Yes. That's not what churches and lightning. So be careful with that.
Ow! My elbow just cracked.
Yeah?
Okay. Ow! That hurted.
Oh, man.
It's a Dr. Spreaker, baby.
Dr. Spreaker has not called in yet. He's welcome to call in at any time he'd like to now. I'm just giving him that heads up. Make sure your radio is turned down when you do call in, Dr. Spreaker. That would be kind of
We don't get it.
Well, you know that. We don't need to tell you that tonight.
Velociraptor. John Tobin in the chat room, huh?
John Tobin.
So he's home.
John Tobin is in the chat room. He says, how does one get sound? One clicks the link provided.
That's happening a lot lately, huh?
Yeah. And Denny is around. He's not in the chat room, but I noticed Denny is around somewhere. Hopefully he's listening. So this has been happening a lot. Oh, never mind. Denny has shown up in the chat room now.
Okay.
And Denny, just be aware that people are saying they can't get sound when they're logging in. So that's a little bit of an issue. It's happened the last couple of weeks. But the link I provided is for Blog Talk Radio. You can click on that.
Here it goes to there. Yeah.
And you can listen live there if you can't get it over at the other one. So before he farts or something, we do have Dr. Spectre on air now. Hi, how are you, sir?
Hey, how are you guys?
How are you?
Fantastic.
I am fantastic. Let me just say, I am honored to be the third emergency backup guest tonight. So,
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Third emergency backup, okay? How many times have we said, hey, do you want to do the show? Hey, do you want to do the show? Hey, yeah, soon. Soon.
Now he's like, I'm drunk enough, I can do it.
I just had to zing that in. Hey, you guys been talking about it.
Well, Mr. Third Choice, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I was listening to you guys talk about Salem. I had a blast. And that was like the last time I physically saw you guys was there.
Yep.
I had such a blast in Salem. I had never gone before. I lived in Massachusetts for about 5 years, always had it on my bucket list, and never went. It is worth the trip for anybody who's been there. What's that?
I said totally.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was so amazing. So amazing. And then plus the fact, throw in all the cool shit you guys are going to do that's going to even make it better.
Yes, it's something that I've tossed around for a few years. I said, why doesn't anybody do one there? Why isn't anybody? And I know Patrick Burns did Ghost Stock there. I think he did one there back in 2008 or 9. It's a little different. Ghost Stock is more of it's a little longer. It's slightly different than just your normal conference.
It's a different type of event.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not the go-to weekend conference, everything all together at once kind of thing. Yeah.
And you've attended the last 2 Parahistory cons that John threw up in Lake George, and John
threw up in Lake George.
John threw up in Lake George. He probably did. God knows what was going on those weekends. So John probably vomited somewhere in Lake George. But it's as I was saying, thanks for breaking my train of thought. You've been to both Parahistory Con 1 and 2, and
wonderful.
You know what to expect from the type of event that John put on. You know that we're going to bring that sort of same atmosphere to this one. It's really going to be a fun time. People got to come to this. It's going to be so accessible, such a cool place, and you're going to talk about it all year, I believe.
Yeah, I am so stoked, for this event. I'm kind of debating if I want to get a vendor table, if I just want to go and enjoy it, or what. So I'm like pretty excited about this. It's a perfect time of year. You're coming out of winter. Everybody's kind of got like the blah kind of. So this is a great way to kick off spring.
Yeah. Now, if you do come up, are you going to get a room at the Clipper Ship Inn again?
I was going to bring that up. The Hawthorne that you guys are having this, amazing. Place is gorgeous, loaded with history and beautiful woodwork and everything. And I stayed at the Clipper Ship Inn, which is the hotel lost in time. Talk about best of the 70s. Now, it was clean and it was cheap. So I not tearing it down. God bless them. They had a lot of people coming through there, but it was kind of crazy. I kept looking for Norman as I was walking around the corners.
The hotel is just how I like my women, clean and cheap.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Hey, clean is a relative term there, Mark.
Yeah, geez, Mark, come on.
Let's not get crazy.
So I believe congratulations is in order, correct, for your football season?
My football season, yeah. We are in the state playoffs. We won our first round. We play again Friday night against South Williamsport. It's going to be amazing. They have a running back who this kid ran for over 3,000 yards this year. So we've got to shut him down.
Wow.
Yeah.
3,000 yards?
He's a kid?
One kid, 3,000. Now, I got to tell you something. I've been coaching for years. We had one game that made ESPN, and not in a good way. There was one kid who rushed for over 400 yards against us. That kid was Henry Kanoski, who now plays with the Giants.
Get out! Are you kidding me?
No, I kid you not.
Dude!
There were 6 kids on that team who ended up playing in the NFL.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he went to Southern Columbia, which was a football powerhouse. Now, we are the smallest school in the state of Pennsylvania that has a football team. Okay, and we always do very well for ourselves. Matter of fact, our former quarterback is now starting at Syracuse, A.J. Long.
Nice.
So, yeah. But, yes, Southern Columbia, we'd get through district every year, get in the state tournament, we'd hit Southern Columbia. Done.
What?
Couldn't be. They are a factory, a football factory. They had, this whole way to beat the system to still stay single A. This year, PIAA made them bump up to double A. So this is our year. It's like all the stars fell into alignment for us this year.
Wow. So the team that's been blocking you has been bumped. So now it's like, okay, now it's time to put up or shut up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is the quarterfinal round, and that will happen Friday. And I'm pretty stoked about it.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, best of luck. I hope you keep everybody updated on Facebook about it too, so that we can follow the team and cheer them on in spirit.
Yeah, right? Hey, Frank.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes.
You gonna watch the parade tomorrow? Please tell me yes. Just say yes. Just.
Yes, Lauren. I will watch the parade. You know what? Here's the thing. I actually love the parade. I had them on. I never really watch. I just kind of listen to them. I do the Thanksgiving cooking. Okay, I come from a very, very large Italian family. This year, I'm only cooking for about 20.
Oh,
That's it? That's it. Years past, we've had as much as 30.
Wow.
So I've been cooking all afternoon trying to get stuff out of the way because we have football practice tomorrow morning.
Really?
Yes. Practice on Thanksgiving. It's a treat.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm trying to juggle all this. And, then Marc messaged me and said, you want to be our third emergency backup guest? And I was like, yes, I will.
It was actually fourth emergency. I asked him to tone it down a little bit so he wouldn't feel so bad.
You know what, Lauren? I love you, Lauren. You are the best. I appreciate that. You're always looking after me.
Well, after I grabbed the guy off the street and he goes, radio, I don't do radio. I said, well, come on, you're real interesting, you're homeless. No, I don't want to do radio. I was like, fine, that's
I'm
fine.
new in town. No, Frank, we actually are. We're very happy to have you. We're honored to have you on. We've been trying to get you on for a while. This is actually the perfect night. It's pouring outside here. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Everyone's cooking.
Yeah.
Everyone's drinking. It's a better night.
This is, a drinking night. You were right, Lauren. Drinking night is the perfect night for me. We are getting snowed on here. I've got about 8 inches sitting outside right now, and it's still coming down.
You get 8 inches outside, huh? Should I tell you where my 8 inches are?
And there it goes.
What? In the fruit bowl next to the apples?
It's on my ruler. It's my ruler in the drawer. Where were your minds at? Jesus, people. Next to the apples. The twigs and berries.
Yeah.
Let the man finish his sentence. He said it was snowing 8 inches.
Well, he's talking about 8 inches now. You want him to finish? All right, good.
Listen, what? I got to have 8 inches and finish? Wow.
Finish this off, right? Let's see where we're going to go with this one.
Well, no, you guys were talking about rain. Lauren said it's raining outside. I said, no, we're getting killed with snow here. And it's that wet, heavy snow. You can't use the snow blower. So I'm going to have to shovel this shit tomorrow.
Oh, God. You know what? I wish it was snow because it's rain. It's rain, nasty, Boston ocean rain. Ugh.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing pleasant about the weather here. And, of course, it's going to get compounded because it's supposed to flip over to snow before it all ends. So, not only are we going to be cold and wet and rainy, then we're going to get snow on top of it, and then everything will freeze, and, it's winter.
But you know what? We complain, but we don't live in Boston. I'm Buffalo. Poor people.
Holy crap.
Oh, my God. I have a lot of friends up in Buffalo, and God bless them. The one guy, he had 4 feet at his house.
4 feet?
4 feet of snow. He said a mile away they had 7 feet.
A mile away.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I have another friend who lives maybe 20 minutes from this guy. She had 7 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, right, exactly. It hit like that. It hit like one streak of Buffalo, and that was it.
That's so insane.
No.
All right, we got to get off this inches thing here because we have alcohol in us, and my mind's digressing every time I get the word 8 inches, 7 inches, feet.
Oh, yeah.
So we were chatting before
right.
we all came on here.
Mark, what you're saying is we should switch to the metric system?
Yes,
Exactly.
Meters,
Exactly.
centimeters.
Meters, centimeters.
There you go.
We were chatting earlier about, could we possibly find a connection between Thanksgiving and the paranormal? I will admit I did no research.
I, on the other hand, in the midst of mixing my stuffing, did some research. And here's the thing. This is the start of the holiday season. We always look at Halloween as when the veil is being very thin. But now if you stop and you think about this, okay, there are very intense emotions during the holiday, whether it's overwhelming joy and happiness or whether it's depression and misery. The suicide rates always jump higher during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to believe that this must attribute to some type of increase in paranormal activity. And I would love to have, money coming out the ears where I can do research on this kind of stuff. But,
right.
I will be doing some informal research on this because I've never really thought about it till tonight.
Right.
No.
So, but
I think about it's like, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Lauren.
No, what I was saying was it's funny you said that because I sometimes think I have these images in my head of when we're doing investigations around the holiday season of old Mr. Fezziwig's house and parties that were going on and are those parties going on and we don't know about them, we can't hear them, but they're celebrating just like we are,
Right.
Well, good old Fezziwig.
Right.
the go-to is obviously, okay, depression kicks in because some people can't afford Christmas gifts and some people can't afford, the turkeys and
they've lost someone.
Or they've lost someone at this time of year drums up those feelings. And, a lot of that does come around at this time of year. So that's the one end of one way to look at things. The logical point is, okay, of course emotions are very, very raw because it's either you have it or you don't, and if you don't, you're sad. If you do, you're extremely happy and you're jovial and you're throwing your money around and buying presents and parties and what socialite doesn't love to party?
Yeah.
So I kind of like the idea of doing certain investigations or even just getting into the thought of experimenting a little bit with the party aspect or even the depression aspect of this time of year and finding out, can you tap into that maybe in an investigation and get something, wouldn't it be great to get somebody to say Merry Christmas on a spirit box?
Right? Or Happy Christmas or Happy Holidays or something, yeah.
But
how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
And if you take this even to a personal level, it's okay. Well, all around you, whether you're experiencing the joy of the season, whether you're kind of getting the holiday blues a little bit, these are very intense emotions. Now, throw onto that, people let their guard down during the holiday season. Okay, tomorrow, I know most of us are going to be kind of in that tryptophan alcohol days in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when your guard is down like that, it's very easy to pick up an attachment.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could that be add to why suicide rates go higher during the holiday season? I don't know. I'm throwing this out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is how all research starts, right? Somebody gets an idea, throws it out, and goes, let's figure this out. Let's see if there's a connection.
Yeah.
Right. So if you know where I can get a grant to do this, I'm in.
Right.
Well, there's one that used to work on ghost hunters, Wilson. That's a grant you might be able to pick up on.
Hey-o! Already joke time.
But,
hey,
I'm all for it.
Wait, Mark.
Yes.
That was kind of funny. Okay.
Kind of.
That was kind of funny.
Kind of small. Little kind of.
Well.
So speaking of attachments and depression and whatnot, some of the things that you like to talk about is health, making sure that you do have good health and during investigations and of course just in life in general. How important is it? How important is it to eat healthy, be healthy? Everything. Obviously, people come out of investigations and they're drained and they're tired and man, that was so crazy and I don't feel. And then days after, you don't feel well. You're sick. You're drained. How important is it to really be on top of everything? And how dangerous is it to not be in good health when you're going on an investigation?
It's so important, and I
Is fire alarm going off? What the hell was that?
Well, my power actually went out. Yeah, but then it came back on. So huh?
Oh, okay. Good.
I can't believe you heard that. That was my smoke alarm system. Beeps when it does that. Anyway, it's so important. And there goes my power again.
Oh my God!
I know. I'm telling you, we got like this wet, heavy, crazy snow.
And it's back on.
And it's back on. Yeah. I'm starting to go to.
All right, Frank. If you need assistance, let us know. We're on the radio with you.
We need to call 911. You tell us.
I might. If the power goes out, I can't cook my turkeys.
Oh man, turkeys! I like that. Anyway, continue. So you were saying.
I was saying something. I don't know. The alcohol got in the way.
We're talking about the importance of health during an investigation and how dangerous it is to not have your health.
Again, if you're feeling sick ahead of time, the investigation, you are in a weakened state. You are easy. Yeah, most investigations are, very light, and you get EVPs, but you guys have been on them where it gets intense, where there is something that's not nice, whether it's a human or inhuman or whatever it is. Okay, that's when you're going to run into trouble if you're not at 100%. That's when you're open for attachment. Okay, and an attachment can be something as simple as, I just feel like shit after this. I'm run down. My body is just tired. I'm coming down with the flu, whatever. Or it could be as severe as, throwing you into a depression or, full-blown possession. Which is it's rare, but it happens. Most of the time, it's oppression from these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's so important to be healthy. Now, in general, you could be at your best. You go to the investigation, and you get kind of weird after. And I know after investigation, I'm ravenous. I need food. It's a good investigation. There's a lot of shit going on because the entity will drain you. I mean, it's looking for energy to manifest and do and give us our knocks and our beeps and turn the lights on and whatever. So it will drain the energy from you. So your body kind of tries to compensate for that. So, you start to crave food that's not good, like junk food, or alcohol. Alcohol is like liquid sugar, turns to in the body instantly. So that's kind of important.
No, it's very important, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration. That like we're guilty of it sometimes too. You're wolfing down pizza, you're up all night the night before, up all day getting ready for your investigation. You don't think about food because maybe sometimes you're on the road getting to the investigation, and then by the time it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning, you're completely wiped out and you feel like crap. And that's when sometimes, no pun intended, shit starts hitting the fan, and you're not ready for it. And I can tell you the way I react a lot of times when there's a lot of intense energy around. I personally get dizzy and nauseous a lot. It's not for lack of balance on a floor or anything like that, because it'll be out of the blue, and it's right when some activity's happening. And it happened to me at the Victorian and in Gardner, Mass. It happened to me at the Houghton Mansion several times.
Yeah.
It's happened to me at Fort William Henry, at the Irish Mist, at a lot of investigations. That's how my body reacts to it. And I take myself right out of it, and I run outside. I don't run, I go outside.
Run, dude, run! Dude, run!
Because I know that I'm vulnerable. I scream like a little girl when I'm doing it too. But I know I'm vulnerable at that point as well, and I just go back, I go outside, I recenter myself, kind of focus, get some breaths, and I don't want to just let it go. And I've watched, and we've all watched the TV shows because that's where our entertainment comes from. And you take part of it as entertainment, and part of it as, oh, that was a really cool experience that they had. But when you see these guys like Nick and Aaron and Zach, and who almost always go out and have some sort of a negative experience where they are, how much of that plays into the health that they have going into the investigation?
Mindset too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're sick or that they're weak or anything.
No.
I'm just saying, they've been flying, they're tired, they get somewhere, they investigate. Is that part of why they seem to pick up a lot of the negativity and a lot of the dark side of what they're investigating?
That's part of it, and I actually have a friend of mine who makes travel meals for them that are very highly nutritious and non-GMO and organic and mega goodness. So they are very cognizant of that, and they do the best you can. And it's like anything else, Mark. You could take every precaution in the freaking world and still walk into a bear trap.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely,
right. And it's also your mental state when you walk in, because you could be I almost just said nutricized. Like that's not even a word. That's not even a word.
Is that a word?
It is now.
You are now nutricized.
Nutricized.
You've eaten and you've slept.
It's a big forgot on nutricized you. That's how Chris compares you. Nutricized.
Speaking of nutricized, my phone decided to just turn itself off and
on. There you go. I nutricized it. Right. So, anyway, the point is, mentally you're not ready. Though you've eaten and you've slept. You go in there you're angry at something that happened like earlier in the day or the day before that just won't leave you alone. It's in the back of your head, and it bugs the crap out of you. And you walk into an investigation thinking, no, I'm fine. I'm centered. I'm good. And you're really not.
Right.
And those things can take over, and that's where the spirits can take advantage of that vulnerability.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's it's all hands on deck. You go in, you don't know what you're walking into. The homeowner may report, oh, well, the light just goes on and off. Well, yeah, that's all fine, well, and good. So you get in there, you discover the fucking, I'm sorry, I can't swear on your show.
No, you can go ahead. It's fine.
Huh?
Swearing is fine. Go ahead.
All right. So you discover the fucking hellmouth in the basement. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm now fully terrified of because of Supernatural. Enjoy that one.
Okay.
Enjoy that one. So hell on Supernatural. I'm good. Hope never ever that's not real, and that I never ever come into contact with those things.
Good. You know what? We will talk, Lauren. We will talk. I will tell you stories. I even have pictures. It's amazing.
Oh my God! Okay.
Wait. This is not a nickname. I'm not looking pictures of. Is it, Frank? Want to see my house?
There you go.
It's up back.
Yeah. Mark, it isn't, but I like the way you think.
All right, continue, Frank. You were about to say something.
That was like hours ago, wasn't it?
He's drunk, man. He's drunk. It's okay. He's there with us. We're good. I'd like to talk a little bit about, because this is pinwheeling off of what we've just been discussing. When someone is perhaps dealing with an attachment or you come out of it and you're in what our show is called. You're in that paranormal hangover. Paranormal hangover.
Yeah. You said the name of the show in a sentence. Amazing.
So you're in that paranormal hangover. You're feeling drained, and it carries into the next day, and the next day, and the next day. The depression, and just a funk, and you can't shake it, and you don't know why. How do you know? What is the telltale to you that, hold on a second, maybe this is from my investigation a week ago, or what would you think is? And I know it's not easy, but what would you think is that telltale sign?
Well, Mark, first of all, you got to know yourself, and you got to be honest with yourself. If you are prone to depression and that miserable feeling for days on end, and it could be either. If you hit like day 2 and you feel, you know what, this is not me, and it's that self-examination, that's the big first red flag, the big red flag that says, hey, I got to do something about this. I got to, cleanse myself. I got to seek somebody out who can, pull this. And I call them paranormal ticks because they attach and they suck you dry.
Yeah.
So you got to find somebody who can pull that tick off you.
Mm-hmm.
And just like a real tick, you got to get the whole thing. You can't leave the head in there.
Right.
That's what she said.
Hey!
So how does one go about finding that person? I mean, it sounds easier said than done to me. You got to find that person to help you with the situation or get you through it. How do you find him or her?
That's a good thing. It's not like you can open the yellow pages and find this. And I think all of us on our paranormal journeys have met somebody who can do this. Unless you're like brand new doing this, then you seek somebody out who's got years of doing paranormal, because they have figured it out by then. You can't stay in this long term until you figure that out.
Right.
That's
I feel like you have. Yeah.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say I feel like you're once you've been involved in it long enough, you accumulate a paranormal support group. So whether it's somebody that you might not be able to speak to, someone that you were investigating that same night that you might not be able to speak to because you're not sure that maybe what you say will be contaminated, and they'll just tell you that it's okay when it's really not, to try to placate you. You have somebody else that you can go to and say, hey, this is what happened that night. I need someone to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what? And it's almost like a paranormal debriefing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark, I just set you up with debriefing and you let it go.
You know what?
He was sitting there with the platter. Debriefing.
I did let it go because my mind is actually on my next question, and I'm going, please don't forget it. Don't forget it. You're drunk, man.
Don't forget it.
So at the same time, I'm also seeing things out of the corner of my eye because we do have an active apartment sometimes when we have the right people on.
Yeah.
So.
And apparently it's hanging out around me because he's looking at me like he has 3 heads. So.
Good.
Anyway.
Yeah, I usually do this. I usually do shows like this in my office. And my office is loaded with activities, especially when, like you say, if you're on with the right people. But I remember I did one show where I got the paranormal lap dance. And the thing just was sitting on my, and it was, from a bordello kind of.
Really?
So that was interesting. But, no, go ahead.
My thought was, we're talking about the right people to help you in that type of situation. How much does clergy come into this that they could possibly? I mean, obviously, you're not going to walk up unless you know them well enough. You're not going to walk up to a priest and go, "Hey, I was doing an investigation. I think I picked something up. Can you help me?" Is this something that if you don't know, could you go to the clergy? Could you go to your church? Could you do what? What can somebody do to help themselves, maybe if they don't have that support group or don't know the right people?
And again, it depends on the clergy. My parish priest my parish priest would have me excommunicated if he knew half the stuff that I did.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, there was a Monsignor who I spent hours, when I first started doing paranormal, I spent hours talking to the Monsignor, and he was very in tune, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. So, a guy like him would be a good guy to go to. A guy like my parish priest would, look at you like you got lobsters crawling out your ears and try to get you out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Pope Francis would be a good guy to go to.
I think so.
Right? I'm being honest.
Yeah.
He'd probably embrace it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy takes selfies. So.
Well, yeah, I know. How cool is that? Look at the Pope. He takes selfies. Here's an interesting fact. Pope John Paul II performed 11 exorcisms while he was Pope.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
But this is not the kind of thing that, they teach you in catechism. This is not the kind of thing that they teach you. Now, I'm a Catholic school survivor, man. I from kindergarten up through high school, I went. This is not the kind of stuff that they look kindly upon.
Right.
Right.
But
Because
they do acknowledge it.
It's not conventional, so they'll acknowledge it only to a very few. And so the fact that Pope Francis comes out and says, hey, you've been molesting little boys? Guess what? You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take a selfie? Sure, what's up? How you doing? Hey, Taylor Swift, I like your song. He's a human being. And the fact that he says, I follow the Bible and I believe in Jesus Christ but at the same time I'm a human being and I grew up in a time where not everybody follows the same beliefs that I do. I'm embracing it and I'm open to it.
Right.
I'm not going to turn you away if you come to me and you have a problem and you're scared.
This is something that,
Absolutely.
He's the right priest right pope at the right time for the Catholic Church.
Right.
Not that we're sitting here. I don't want to spend the whole night talking about Catholicism and Christianity and all that stuff. It just happens to be what we're all part of. Yeah. So this is why we're talking about it. Just like I'm a firm believer that it's not necessarily when people ask, well, how can you use when you're trying to, I don't want to say expel a spirit, but when you're trying to do a cleansing or at least help somebody in their home, why walking around with a cross or why this blessing or, the prayer to St. Michael, it's not necessarily that one Catholic prayer. It's the conviction you have behind what you're doing that is what actually helps with that situation, with help expelling a spirit or calming something or helping someone. It's that conviction that you have inside with what you're doing in that belief. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily that it's a Catholic prayer or this.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are many ways to exorcise or expel, or whether it's Catholic, whether it's Hebrew, whether it's Native American or Hindu. There are many different ways to do that.
Yeah,
and none of them are wrong. I love movies. I love horror movies. Did you ever see the movie Fright Night?
Oh my God!
Long time ago. I was like 5 or 6.
The part where the vampire hunter's holding the cross, and it didn't work for the vampire. And the vampire says, it only works if you have faith. Right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
I let you speak to that?
Well, no, we lost you partly because you must have moved to a different room and you cut out. But then when you came back, we were like, oh, okay, got it. Cross, faith, got it.
Yeah, the vampire thing, we were like, okay, got it.
Vampire. That's a whole other ball of wax right there.
That's another show.
Yeah.
Vampire Hangover.
We'll get Greg Taylor on.
Actually, that's
white makeup with glitter on.
Yeah.
White makeup and glitter like we're from
Twilight.
Twilight, thank you.
Yeah. But anyway,
that happened to me once, but that was for a complete different reason.
That was Boogie Nights, Frank, not Twilight. Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Boogie Nights, Twilight.
That paranormal lap dance that he got. That's not glitter.
Hey! But back to reality. But I feel like it's simple. It's simple. It's know yourself, right? To my own self be true. Know yourself. Be able to handle yourself in the situation. You're gonna, if you're a policeman or a fireman, you're gonna go into a situation. You've got to know yourself. You got to be able to calm yourself down and focus on what's happening in front of you and what's happening around you.
Right.
And then know your body enough to know that afterwards, this is not just me feeling sick or I have a cold or I'm just depressed because, I can't go to Bermuda next week. It's I'm upset, something bothers me, or something that happened that night is making me this way.
Right.
Just know yourself. That's it.
By the way,
yeah.
I am going to Bermuda next week.
Get the hell out. Are you serious right now?
I will be on the Spirit cruise. We will be going to the Bermuda Triangle, and I'm pretty stoked about that. We're going to do, the experiments in the triangle itself, with stops at Puerto Rico and Nassau and St. Thomas and Grand Turk.
Wow. That is perfect timing.
I'm saying I hate you right now. Even though I really don't hate you, I'm just jealous. So I'm going to say I hate you. But I love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
I love you, Lauren. You're the best.
Please don't curse me while I'm on the cruise. Please.
Yeah, no, I just thought I would throw that in just to gloat a little bit. But I'm pretty excited. We're going to investigate Blackbeard's castle. I know, pirates. I should have been a pirate. That was.
We get a gig so we can start getting invited on these things.
Wait a minute. Hold on while I go get my notes.
I have to support the show by myself. Lauren has run out of the room. So.
No, Lauren, we miss you.
Dude, run!
Let's talk about her.
She's not in the room talking about her. Quick.
This bitch. Let's play some audio.
Right, yeah. I have plenty of audio of Spirit calling Lauren a bitch for some reason.
A bitch and a witch.
A bitch and a witch.
Really? A bitch and a witch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what? I always get called an asshole by the spirits.
Nice. All right, so me and you should hang out because all we'll get is bitch and asshole the whole night.
You know what? Yeah, we have to investigate together. We have never. We did like the whole at what you call
at Fort William Henry.
Yes. We did that, so we need to go do a real investigation together. Because I'm always the one told, get the fuck out, you're an asshole, fuck you, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I am, you know what I am? I'm the friggin' light that gets thrown on in a room full of mobs. Yeah. Or cockroaches, excuse me.
Yeah.
I walk in and everything's like, get the fuck out, Marc's here, please.
Yeah.
You think, literally, I'll be like, oh, you should have been here 2 seconds ago. Shit was flying around the room, and he got thrown, and...
Yeah. Oh, no. It'll be like, oh, this is Marc. Can you say my name? Marc. Can you say Lauren? This bitch. Or bitch. Or witch. I'm like, are you really?
Right.
All right, so wait. Swing. So, you were going to Blackbeard's Castle, correct?
Correcto.
All right, listen. Do some EVPs, man. Take a little recorder in your back.
I was going to.
Good.
It's hard. It's hard because you're going out of the country, so it's hard to take all your equipment.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can't be Dom Bouchard and bring your tool belt and equipment.
I love Dom.
But
right,
you gotta, just a recorder would be good.
Recorder. I'm trying to work in some other equipment. I just started working with a different kind of frequency generator. I truly want to bring this into the Bermuda Triangle and see what we can get with that. But we'll see.
Now, what do you mean by frequency generator?
What's that?
What do you mean by frequency generator? What can you divulge?
It generates frequencies from a sub audio range all the way up through.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, So now you can generate frequency. Energy is frequency. Ghost is frequency.
Yep.
You know, and I actually, believe it or not, I have a theory, and I'm working with an engineer on a containment field. And
Really?
it has to deal with, it's, you know, and we're in the shits and giggles stage right now talking about it, but it is a viable thing. It's energy. A ghost is energy. If you knew what frequency that ghost is, and I'm giving out my big plan right here. So
Don't do it if you don't want it.
No. If there's anybody listening who actually has the technical know-how to do this, you know, it would be phenomenal. But a ghost is a frequency. If you know what frequency that ghost is, if you create the opposite frequency, you contain it.
Okay.
Dig what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's it in a nutshell. You know, it's obviously a little bit more in depth than that, but if somebody has the technical know-how, reach out to me, because I have ideas. I just, you know, I can barely solder a wire.
I'm with you there. I'm in that same technical range as you, I guess.
I'd love to know how to do that.
Listen, I know how to
The
replace
brain
the batteries.
works.
Yeah.
The brain works. The ideas are there. I just can't make them myself.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I wish you luck with that, and I'm looking forward to finding out what you can gain from it while you're there. That'll be really cool.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice. Take pictures of the artifacts for me.
Absolutely.
The museum curator would like photos of the artifacts.
The cannons.
Can you please make sure they're cataloged properly?
I need the following items properly cataloged.
Anything specific you want, let me know. I will be happy to take. I'll probably be taking pictures of that stuff anyway, because I love that stuff.
No, but honest to God, I'm reading through some notes I have from forever ago, and I don't know if they're in the castle or not, but there's actually a pewter syringe that was found on Blackbeard's ship on the Queen Anne's Revenge. That if it's in the museum and you see it, take a picture of it.
And do some EVP work by it.
Yes.
You got it. If it says bitch, I'll know it's talking about you.
Right? It'll be like, picture for this bitch. Just take it. Just pose for that shit. Take it.
Right, we got about a minute and a half left in the show. Do you have anything you want to plug while you're on air?
Besides your turkey?
Hey, yeah. You know what? Football team Friday night, which as well. I will be appearing at Phenomenology, which is still going to be in May. The location is still to be announced. I think it's going to be in York, PA this year. And that's all I got going on right now.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's a pretty nice thing you got going on. So, cool. We'll get somebody that for you.
If people want to follow you or chat with you, how can they find you on the?
Yes, they can find me on Twitter at Dr. Spectre. They can find me on Facebook with just Frank Sinelli, and or my work page on Facebook, Vitamin Pharmacy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thank you so much, Dr. Spreaker, for coming on tonight, for being our backup fifth generation guest that we had to call you at the last moment and say, hey, Joe.
Yeah, but you know what? Frank Sinelli's an awesome guy, so we're happy to have him on.
Thank you.
Listen, you know what? I truly love you guys, and everybody throws that around. You two are wonderful, wonderful people. I kind of like Lauren a lot better than Marc, but she's prettier.
Thank you. You like me, the Spirit Stone.
I have so much fun every time I'm blessed to be around you guys. So anytime you want me on, please let me know. I'll be happy to come back. With more than a couple hours notice, I will actually had other stuff prepared. So
This was fun, though. I like
Yeah.
gifts instead.
Thank you. Frank, those are such kind words. We feel the same about you. Thank you so much.
oh, it's my pleasure.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Frank Snelly, we're out, folks. Show's over. Have a great Thanksgiving. Woo! Bye-bye. Woo!
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.